Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. This is a review of Blood Orders, a game from Trick or Treat Studios who have sponsored the promotion of this video. Now, it is a review written by Christopher John Eggett and originally appeared in Tabletop Gaming Magazine issue 64. But without further ado, let's get on to the review. Blood Orders has no right to be as enjoyable as it is. The first release from a studio only just entering the hobby, with a background only tangentially related to geek stuff, doesn't always go well. You'd expect a cash in, but what we have here is the first steps towards something that might end up being great. You and your fellow vampires are disgraced, forced out of the ancient fan club you once belonged to, and are now starting anew in a fresh city. You'll be attempting to take control over locations, scoop up victory points, and improve your coterie with new meat. The board is a grid representing 3 time periods: dawn, dusk and night, and a number of locations. Players secretly select the location they want to try and activate behind their screen, committing the number of vampire cards in their hand that match the required costs of the card on the board. These are then revealed and played out in a kind of action programming, being added and stacked in order with each section of the city, with later tokens placed on top. These are then resolved in that reversed order. Locations give you bonus effects, humans have powers you pay for, which is added in the final column, and the final night slot allows you to take the victim and all the accumulated influence and blood tokens. This last column can only be used by one player, which means the number of vampires bid earlier matters. Players can also gain new basic cards or discard vampires from their hand to buy rituals, which offer ongoing effects. After all that, the delicious decision of paying blood to retain vampires in your hand or having to discard them adds another balancing act to what is already a series of interlocked gothic seesaws. We've not even touched on the fact that your cost for using a card in each row is based on the fear score of the location and the victims in it, or that there's 3 acts of separate cards improving in power. All of this comes together to give you a pleasing power move where not only can you make big moves, but you're also having to risk more where you think you might have to contest a space with other players. It's got a slight giddiness to all its interactions, while none of them feel truly mean to the other players. The artwork of the game is a little mixed. The board design is bold but slightly utilitarian, whereas the vampire design by David Hartman is excellent, like a more active looking Bloody Inn. This is the only kind of complaint you'll have through the game. The oddly ordered rulebook, but actually really good rules, the lack of variety of token cards, but the surprising quality of humans to turn the appearance of being easy before offering really hard choices. At 2 players the game works, but it's at the higher player counts that it really begins to shine. The mix of programming and bidding with what amounts to a stacked worker placement mechanic offers a really good mix of player interactions and working on your own plans. As such, it's a game worthy of entry into most collections, if you can gather enough undead. Should you play it? Yes. A strange beast that should be invited in, given the chance. This was a game published by Trick or Treat Studios. It takes 1 to 2 hours to play for 2 to 4 players, and is suitable for ages 13 plus. You can pick up a copy for around £55. And you might like this if you liked Vampire the Masquerade Rivals, because whilst Blood Orders has nowhere near the level of complexity of Rivals, the core loop of grab humans and block your opponents will appeal. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to check out the rest of our channel and make sure you subscribe. If you want to read more reviews of this description, you should definitely check out the Tabletop Gaming Magazine, which is available on the links that will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day!